You have made this happen. This is the debate heard round the world, and I would like to introduce the man that started the conversation, Mr. Richard Lee.
Thank you. All right. All right, settle down, settle down. We won tonight. We won for the last 6 months, the last year, all the years we've been fighting. We're going to keep fighting. We've made such great breakthroughs with this campaign, and the biggest breakthrough is all the allies we've gotten on board. The people on the stage here behind me. It's really been amazing, the support we've gotten. First of all, I have to start with Dan Rush and the UFC, W5, United Food Commercial Workers. Those guys got on board last Christmas. Law enforcement against prohibition. These guys been right there with us. The Drug Policy Alliance, Stephen Gutwillig and Ethan Nadelman. But then this summer we had the volunteers come on board, and it's really been amazing to see those guys come every day, make the phone calls. James is here, headed them up. And the next guy, we quickly named him Super Dave because the thousands of calls he made. Him and about 6 other volunteers. They really showed you what it's all about, and that's why we're going to win, because of that energy. You know, they're the future. They're the ones who are going to keep fighting. Yeah, but I'm really, you know, it's amazing. Perry, up here with the online. You should get up here. Perry, how are you not doing up here? Get up here. How about Mauricio, the campaign manager? Aren't you up here? And how could I forget? It's people who I've been working with for like 20 years. Chris and Mickey, Chris Conrad, Mickey Norris. And then I saved the last 2. Guy I've been working with here in Oakland. I first met him in 1995. I was going to move to San Francisco, but then I met Jeff and found out what he was doing with the OCBC. Jeff Jones, everybody. My co-proponent. And his beautiful wife, Dale, who's been our great spokesperson you already heard from. And last but not least, all the soldiers from Bulldog Company, people I've been had the honor to lead into battle for the last 10 years. They're the ones who did the work over the years that really made it possible for us to get on the ballot, so that these guys could do all the great work on the campaign and to build toward the next victory. So thanks again, everybody, for all the support, and we're on it together, and we're going to win. So thanks again. Oh. A couple more I forgot. So many people to thank. It's like the Oscars or something, huh? They're going to turn the music up on me. Alan St. Pierre, you should be up here with Normal, all the work Normal's done for all the years. And then, of course, how could I forget? None of us would be here. I wouldn't be here without my parents. My mom and dad are here. Come up. Come up. You want to say a quick word, Mom?
To say we are proud of Richard is such a small thing to say. I've worked in politics all my life, and I've never had a campaign that I think means as much to the whole world as this one does. And we have got to put an end to the racism that has come about with the drug war.
Yes. Amen.
And my mission now is that if the Republicans that I have supported really believe in cutting spending, they need to do it with the funds for the war on drugs. But Richard has two parents, and here's his other one.
Well, first, let me start by just saying what an awesome event it is. It has been for the last couple of weeks that I've been out here to see this crew, this organization just make things happen magically there at the campaign headquarters. No direction, nobody barking at them, nobody telling them how to do things. They just took over and automatically made them happen, to make things go. And they were good to us, and as novices, as people that don't know as much about computers, or don't know as much about campaigning, don't know exactly what California is like, but they've made us feel welcome and made us really understand more than we thought we would. But you know, the bigger picture on this, and beyond what happens in this state, beyond what happens in this country, is being filmed hundreds of times by people making documentaries from all over the world. And to be there at headquarters when these people from Sweden, from Germany, from Spain, from Mexico come in and they want an interview, they want a picture, they want to know more about what this campaign is really about. So I think all of you have started something that maybe Ann and I will not see the end of, but I'm convinced that it's going to change not the country, but the world. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done.
Very well said. Thank you. And from remarkable perspective, as you mentioned, this is tremendous, what your son has accomplished in this, and we appreciate all of your help to make it happen. We have an amazing coalition looking to move this issue forward, and representatives of the future. And, you know, make no mistake, let's get down to brass tacks. We have a lot of work to do starting tomorrow. And we look forward to working with the state and local officials to make that happen. We have leaders that are already preparing the next steps, and the political process has given rise to a most amazing debate, finally an honest debate. And I know that those of you that have supported this and those in the media that have watched this debate unfold are ready to hold people to task and ready to demand from them the honesty that they started to exhibit. We heard a lot of fear tactics lately. But the truth of the matter is, we agreed on almost everything, and we have our opposition agreeing with us that current policy has failed. And I'd like to introduce just a couple of speakers to talk about the next steps. We have a coalition moving forward. We've already got the steps in place to take this to the next level. So this is one of those stay tuned. To be continued. You have not seen the last of the group that has brought you Prop 19. Yeah. Already developing communications and consensus. I'd like to first introduce Mr. Dan Rush to talk about the labor movement. They've already unionized much of this industry, and they've got plans to take it not just back to California, but throughout the rest of the country. Dan Rush.
Thank you, Dale. Is Oaksterdam in the house? Huh? Is Local 5 in the house? Huh? Is Local 5 in this house in Oaksterdam? Hell yes. Is DPA in the house? Huh? Is the Democrats, are there Democrats here in the house? Yeah. Is Normal in the house? Huh? Is Richard Lee in the house? Jeff Jones? Is Lynette Shaw in the house? We're here. We're in the house, and this house is moving. This house is on the move. We're not stopping here. We've just started here. This is just a station in the trail that we're blazing, that you all are blazing, and that we're going to do, that we're taking to create this industry. Is this house in the industry of cannabis? Yes. And we're going to stay here, and we're going to keep building. Now we're going to turn this house into a mansion. We're going to build bedrooms. We're going to build living rooms and pool rooms. We're going to build, you name it. We're going to build it. I've never in my life, and I've been doing this for well over 20 years. As a matter of fact, I'm in my middle 30s now, as you can all tell. And I have never in my life met the quality of people that I've met on this campaign. I have never in my life been inspired by the people and the issues that have gone on, that I've encountered in this campaign. I've met lifelong friends here, people that I'll cherish forever, and people that will continue this fight forever in California and across the nation, because many of us are getting together, and we're not just going to take California next time. Next time we're going to take Colorado, we're going to take Michigan, we're going to take Colorado, we're going to take Prohibition and throw it out the window. We've only just begun, so stay on this train, because we're going to do it, and we're working together. And thank you for allowing me to be part of this movement and this family. I promise, I give you my word, we're in. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Stephen Gutwillig, let's talk about a plan moving forward with DPA, shall we? No.
Thank you, Dale. Man, am I proud to be a part of this movement tonight. Because we all know what this was tonight. We all know what just happened here. This is a watershed moment in a very long struggle to end the decades-long failure of marijuana prohibition in this country. There are people in this room who have been working in this movement a hell of a lot longer than I have. They know a lot better than I do what this is, this step on the road of ending the wasteful, punitive, racist prohibition on marijuana in this country. It is going to end, and tonight was an enormous step in moving this movement, placing it in where it belongs, in the mainstream of American politics. That's what happened tonight. We moved this movement into the center of American politics, and that is where it is going to stay. That is now permanent. We did that. We made history, and now we're moving forward. This is going to be the start of a series of initiatives that are going to pop up, probably in a lot of western states, probably in California. We will see anywhere from 2 to 5 initiatives on the ballot in, guess when? 2012. Are we going to see all of you then? Right? Possibly 2 years from tonight? You know what that's going to look like. That's going to be a much bigger room and a whole lot of victories that we're going to have under our belt, because marijuana prohibition is going down. It's been going down for years. The Gallup poll that came out this week, we're at 46% in the United States of America. Marijuana prohibition is going down. We are so proud at DPA to be a part of this coalition. And look what it looks like tonight, right? The California NAACP, SEIU, the Latino Voters League, the Progressive Jewish, what is it? The Progressive Jewish Alliance, the Longshoremen's Union, the the coalition. It's extraordinary, right? Progressive Democrats, Libertarian Republicans, even one Tea Party Republican on the stage right behind me, right? A lot of young people and even some old people, right? Marijuana prohibition is going down. It started tonight. It started years before, but boy, did it culminate tonight with a movement that is going to see victory starting tomorrow and 2 years from now. We're really proud to be here. Thanks for being here.
And last, I'd like to introduce the man that has been working one of the longest, the quiet crusader and co-proponent that you just haven't heard from so much, Mr. Jeff Jones.
So I think the one thing that can be said about my history is that I've had a lot of challenges in my life, and that I've learned to take a handful of lemons that the federal government gave me, and I set up a lemonade stand here in Oakland. And I think out of the decade or so of being sued by the federal government, what I've come across is that the medical patients that I represent are not going to be safe. They're not going to be free of that fear of the police coming to their door until we make a step like Prop 19 happen in California. Yeah. And then that's where we're going to rest our end vision, is that we're going to change this law. And it's not a question of if, it's not a question of how. It's now more or less a question, I think it is a question of how. It's not a question of whether or not we're going to do this. It's how we're going to make that plan come together, to bring our stakeholders to the table, to bring the opposition to the table, because they say that they're for legalization, but they just didn't support this plan. Well, what plan do they support? Or are they just a shadow puppet person out there saying that they're going to set up a straw man that we can never defeat? And I think that California is a lot smarter than that, and that we're on that road to making a corrected path here about cannabis prohibition. And that the medical patients that I represent are not going to go away tomorrow, and that we need to continue to protect them and look at them as a resource in this as it moves forward. And that we offer this, I guess, opportunity stepping forward because Richard Lee made it happen. Because somebody had the vision and the fortitude to put up what he felt was risky enough to make sure that everybody else might have a better path. And this wasn't about lining his pocket, because tomorrow he's still running a medical cannabis provider collective here in Oakland. But what we did was we got 9 other cities in the state of California to pass referendums that are now taxing and regulating medical cannabis or adult cannabis if and when it becomes available under state law. And that's going to change the way we look at this, because here in California, Oakland passed a measure like that by a supermajority of 70%, and our city government completely endorsed Prop 19. You move forward 2 years when we put this back on the ballot, or the legislature deals with this, and some of these city governments are seeing the controls and the regulation and some of the resource taxes that are coming from this. And I think there's going to be a different decision here in California, because we're going to be part of it. And I've just been happy to be part of this. I think that it's been a learning phase. And again, we're going to set up another lemonade stand out of this.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Well, I think we can all agree, without question, we're hoping that at the very least this little one grows up in a prohibition-free world. Yeah. Yes. All right, you got about 4 weeks to make that happen, California. Okay, hopefully overnight something magical will happen. Now, the fact of the matter is this was the election heard around the world, and it was your voices that shouted loud enough to be heard. It has been an honor and a pleasure serving with you and for you. It is no longer a matter of if, but when. Thank you for having the debate. Thank you, California. Well done. Let's have some fun, Oaksterdam.